I'm sitting there while I do these invites, listening to a tribute to the Empress Verdiasi, Tiara Gostinell Bay, who wrote the book called The Return of the Ancient One. And she talking about how these people came in there on one of their Mar-a-Lago raids and took all the money and shit, took the tribal stamps and all kind of shit they had no business taking. Problem is that we didn't have no soldiers to keep them motherfuckers out of our shit, but we got that shit now. Everybody that know what's up, and everybody that don't won't. This is the era of the light. And Big Mama said it's a worldwide celebration. Mardi Gras all over this bitch, like I told y'all. And she said everybody should rejoice. Right? So let me turn that off. I was listening to the Empress. And so I can only do so many invites. So if you don't get an invite, it's not my fault. It's the what you call it? Instagram limits. They be on some bullshit. All of this shit be on some bullshit. All these motherfucking politicians, police, judges, these motherfuckers got to go. They don't belong here. Fuck the police with all capital letters. The police is a slave catching organization. Always have been, always gonna be. They was created to catch runaway slaves, and they still catching runaway slaves to this day. And the ones they can't catch, they killing them. So, fuck the bullshit. Big Mama said this shit is over. It's a wrap. So, give y'all a little insight of what I'm talking about. I just came back from the store to get me some coffee. And I was sitting, was in there mixing my coffee, my phone rang. And the phone ring, it's the sister, but she channeling. Now, Big Mama got a very, very specific way of talking. So you can't pretend that the channel message is. Hold on one second. I'm trying to get this over to my Facebook so I can share it to people over there. All right, so I have to switch accounts on here. Anyway, so while the sister's talking, she's channeling Big Mama. Big Mama was telling me about my instructions at the beginning, and that she was glad I took the job because nobody else was able to get the job done. So she said it's over with. We about to see some shit. One of the things that she mentioned was the rain cleansing the land. That's why it's raining in the desert in some places. In other places, it's drying up where it was wet. Right? What's up, Justo? Yes, see, Instagram got this thing they do where they block the people that's listening, so it look like they're not getting into the right thing. But anyway, let me get back to the subject because this is important. So, Big Mama, she gave me 3 knocks on the all is well, all is well, all is well. That's not GD lingo. That's not growth and development lingo. That's Peace Stone Vice Lord lingo. So this is how you know that she's coming out the Vice Lord Lodge. Then, once I get the information and she's going over everything with me, right? What happened next? Somebody sent me Empress Verdiasi. Then, on top of that, right, I'm getting messages that these people then overstep their boundaries. So they didn't overstep their boundaries and they did too much shit. Well, coming to find out, what happened was um, all of the ones that was sent to do the job got comfortable um, in their little positions of pseudo power, and they didn't want to perform the function, right? Well, shit over with now. Um, at this point, we need to wake up to what's really about to take place, because some people gonna get caught off guard. So all of the ones out there on that bullshit, I'm telling y'all now. What's up, Kulu? Uh, y'all gonna have to bump straight. Big Mama home. She said she couldn't have woke up without the process that was followed. But now that she woke, this shit comes to an end. And so I don't know what to tell y'all. If y'all don't understand it from there, um, all these people fucking over these kids, y'all day coming. Matter of fact, that motherfucker here. Um, anybody that lying on other motherfuckers to sacrifice them for their dirt, your ass about to be exposed. All that shit is over with. Um, so I don't know how, like, I don't know the time frame yet. I was trying to get a time frame, but I couldn't get a time frame. So I don't know what the time frame is. Uh, but the cover is about to come off this shit, and motherfuckers gonna have to accept what the fuck they see. Everybody got their little opinions. They got their little ideologies, their dogmas that they follow and all that shit. That shit over with. If you ain't standing on the motherfucking truth, and if you ain't about what's right, your ass about to catch the heat. Big Mama done already said it. She said everybody wasn't gonna make it. We already knew everybody wasn't gonna make it. Even everybody that ain't gonna make it know everybody ain't gonna make it. They just think they the one gonna make it. Well, I ain't locked up, so whatever them cell bars is made of, that's what they made of. I don't give a flying fuck. I feel you on that. Hurry up, Big Mama. End this shit. End this shit today. End this shit. Yeah, matter of fact, end this shit last week. He gonna make it for you, do. You talk about Rashad, nigga, you ain't gonna sing with no gloves, so I don't wanna hear that shit. If you wanna sing with some gloves, then nigga, shit, we can make that shit happen. Other than that, I don't wanna hear that shit. You know? We passed all this tongue wrestling shit. So if you don't wanna see the nigga with no gloves on, leave that nigga alone. Because y'all be talking that bullshit, right? When put that bullshit, the grown folks bullshit need to get put on the back burner to take care of these babies. Period. All y'all grown folks, it's time for y'all to stop worrying. Cause y'all had y'all motherfucking day in the sun. Y'all chance to shine, and all of you motherfuckers dropped the ball. Now it's time for us to support and push the next generation to the forefront. Start teaching leaders. That's what we need to start doing. We need to start rearing and raising up leaders again and stop raising all of these motherfucking go along and get along, bootlicking, tap dancing, ass kissing, brown nose, Johnny come lately, wanna be ass motherfuckers. We need to raise some leaders. So at this point, if you ain't part of the cleanup, you want a motherfucker that's about to get cleaned up, and Rashad Jamal ain't got nothing to do with that shit, because he's indisposed. Like, so you wait till a motherfucker go, get snatched out of the community, then you want to dump dirt on top of a motherfucker. This shit hard enough as it is. We don't need no extra shit. We don't need no extra motherfuckers adding no extra shit to our struggle. Every one of us that's trying to get the upliftment of fallen humanity, restore the matriarchy, and protect the children, we don't want to hear that shit. Nigga, if you ain't finna see the nigga with gloves, leave that nigga alone. Cause you gonna bump into him one day, and then whatever he do to your ass, you at his mercy. Just hope he merciful. Shit, after the shit he going through now, I wouldn't be motherfucking merciful on your motherfucking ass. I'm just not going through what he going through, but I know what it's like. Motherfuckers need to stop doing that shit. If the universe ain't trying to do nothing, you a goddamn lie. The universe is setting your ass up to take the fall, you ignorant ass. The Rashad ain't did shit. Motherfuckers falsely accusing that man. That's the worst shit to be falsely accused of. That's why y'all do that bitch ass shit. Let the universe line it up to put you in that motherfucker in the UFC cage. That's what you do. Let that motherfucking universe line your ass up to the motherfucking UFC cage. 100 racks to the winner. You versus Rashad, Kulu. I'm talking to you. Just so you know I'm talking to you. Cause since I know you in here. You run your mouth. I don't give a fuck. That shit don't faze me one way or the other. It don't make my give a fuck meter move. But now you talking about motherfuckers doing shit to the kids that ain't, but you letting all of the dirty players tell you what moves to make. The motherfuckers that's doing the motherfucking pedophilia. Telling you how to move and you think you moving in the right direction, nigga. You better wake up and get your head out your ass. This shit over with. He ain't gone nowhere. His energy's still in the community, nigga. That's what y'all don't understand. You could take the motherfucker man out of the community, but you can't change the effect. You can't change the shit that a motherfucker that's doing by the code of righteousness. That shit gonna stand when that nigga gone. So just cause he's slightly indisposed while he deal with this bullshit that you motherfuckers is falsely pouring dirt on his name for, fuck you. See that nigga in the cage, nigga, cause he gonna be out. I guarantee you that. That nigga gonna be out. And all the motherfuckers that tried to set him up, the ones gonna take the fall because they gonna get caught because they already up their ass with a microscope digging out all they dirt. All they doing trying to keep from having to pay this motherfucker for wrongful motherfucking arrest and what they call malicious prosecution. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Their whole system is about to fall. You can be part of the problem or part of the solution. It's up to you. But one thing about it, as long as you part of the problem, your ass gonna get cleaned up with it. So leave that man alone. Let that man come up from under his motherfucking struggle. Y'all always laugh at motherfucker when they fall, but ain't nan one of you motherfuckers reaching to pick a motherfucker up when he on his knees trying to do something to help you dumb motherfuckers. Kick a motherfucker when he down. Kick him in the head, yeah. Wait till a motherfucker fall on the ground and then you want to fight. Then you want to scratch out like a motherfucking pit bull while a nigga down. But when a nigga on his feet standing in your face, you bitch ass niggas don't do that shit. I'm just keeping it 100. Ain't nan one of you niggas finna run up to that nigga and be spitting that motherfucking shit out your head in that nigga face. Coward ass niggas hiding behind motherfucking social media platforms to dump dirt on a motherfucker. But you not gonna do that shit in the person, real live, up close and personal, motherfucker. I know I can see the bitch in you niggas. I see all of the bitch when it start pouring out y'all motherfucking mouth. But I don't say nothing. I don't put no nigga name in my mouth until they address me. When they address me, I address them. So all you niggas is some fuck niggas to me. Some straight, broad, pussy ass, uncut niggas to me. Ain't nan one of you niggas, I told y'all I ain't hard to find since you want to pull a motherfucker house up. You see it right there. Pull up, nigga. Bitch ass niggas don't want none of that shit. Y'all don't want nothing. Y'all don't want the motherfucking heat. Y'all don't want to see me with the hands. Y'all don't want to see me with nothing else. Nigga, you probably the motherfucking sexual predator trying to accuse a motherfucker of some shit. You probably the one that's touching on kids while you falsely accusing another motherfucker. But one thing about it, that shit gonna come out. I got too many kids told me the nigga clean. And the kids say override what all you grown motherfuckers say, cause y'all got agendas attached to y'all shit. The kids just trying to live their life and get their best motherfucking life in their future. But you niggas hustling up on some shit cause you are insignificant, no business born, half a pussy ass, no nuts having, span made out of motherfucking rubber ass niggas. Y'all don't want it. Y'all talk that bullshit, but you not gonna tell that nigga that shit in your face. You come on my motherfucking shit, you can drop all of the motherfucking comments you want in the comment section about all of that other bullshit, but you not gonna go tell that nigga to his face. The kids gonna tell it. They don't have no motherfucking need to protect the motherfucker that's doing harm to them. The kids is not gonna do that. They will give a motherfucker up they trust in order to protect, to keep them from having to give up a motherfucker they scared of, though. That's what Judge Borenstein, review the Borenstein files, motherfuckers. You want to know about child sexual misconduct and motherfucking the judges over that shit, how they read that shit, how they know if a motherfucker really touching on them kids or not. Y'all need to go read that shit. Too many of these women is setting niggas up so cause they don't pay child support enough. He only give me $100 a week and he get $10,000 a week. Bitch, it ain't it's not like that. It's not like that. You motherfuckers gonna pay for that dirt. One of the biggest grievances was the motherfuckers using the courts as weapons in order to motherfucking oppress a motherfucker. Well, that shit gotta go. We didn't have that shit before they came. We don't need that shit now. And we won't have that shit when they leave. Big Mama said it's a wrap. Right? So, for those who don't know who Big Mama is, Big Mama Prime Creator. Big Mama is the force behind all forces, the power behind all power. And for any one of you niggas that don't understand that, y'all need to go sit your ass down and observe and stop talking. Because you're running your mouth so much you can't hear shit. So busy running your motherfucking mouth you can't hear shit. Niggas shut up and listen. Right? You need to do the math. I got receipts on everything I say going back for the last 3 years when I got to trying to tell motherfuckers what time it was. So I'm done saying what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let some of these people come in. Benji, I would let you in here, man, but you been fucking with Kulu on some bullshit. Both of y'all been on some bullshit lately, but it's all love with me. I don't know who the fuck Kulu is. Benji, me and you done chopped it up. And, you know, you got that nigga, I don't know what that nigga doing. See what she gonna say. Look, them motherfuckers got shit all over this bitch.
Well, that's
Hey,
cool. Get them.
how you doing?
Get them, God. Get them. Beat that ass.
Look, move around the comment talking about when a trial happened. Ain't gonna be no trial because the motherfuckers that's falsely accused, the motherfuckers gonna get, they the ones gonna be on trial.
That's right. But listen, don't get them that heat. Listen, let spirit do what it got.
I ain't tripping. They can say what they want to say. You know, motherfucker got a right to say and think whatever the fuck you want to, and I got a right to not give a fuck.
That's right. And that's all we can do. That's all we can do. You know what I'm saying? The receipts is what's gonna speak for us. That's all. So there's nothing we can't listen. I read, like you said, we stopped warning y'all. It's time to get ready to lit this bitch up. That's it. I'm ready to chop some heads. That's all. I'm ready to burn some shit. I'm ready to go. Let's do this.
I would look. when the girl was channeling Big Mama, I said, Big Mama, is you gonna let me go out here and do some gang banging? I'm tired of brain banging. And she started laughing. I said, I won't go upside some motherfuckers' heads. And she just laughed at me because you still the same old you.
I am ready. Listen, when I'm told let's go, I'm going. I'm just waiting on spirit. Let's wait on spirit. Let's just do this. Let's do this. That's it. I'm tired. You know, justice gonna fall upon all the wicked. I don't give a damn who it is. And I'm
I don't
just
give
ready.
a fuck. Fuck them.
I'm ready.
Fuck them.
I'm ready to grab some balls and burn them bitches, snatch them off,
Hey.
and throw them in freaking heat.
Well, only reason I ain't gonna torture no motherfucker because I don't want that motherfucker coming back here. I don't want that energy fucking up the good ethers that the sisters bringing in now. You know, so I mean, I'm with the shit, but it's not the time for them to torture motherfuckers. There's too much negative energy being dissipated in order for us to perpetuate that shit by torturing motherfuckers. So they've been doing these mass slaughters, bloodletting rituals, money magic, sex magic shit. They've been doing that shit for a long time, and nobody would stop it, right? They was making motherfuckers agree
That's
to
right.
their own suffering, so that they don't suffer the karmic debt for their suffering. Cause that karma shit come back on the motherfucker.
It's gonna come on them hard, and it's coming divinely too. It's gonna hit them, and once it does, that's that. All we gotta do is just sit back and let it happen. Let it just do what it gotta do. You know, I was thinking about that today. I was like, you know, we just gonna have to just sit and wait.
Well, the shit, from what she telling me, we perceived to see something any minute. But we gotta look for rolling blackouts. They already started because some people was messaging me telling me they had blackouts in their areas.
Texas, but I still see troubled waters. So it's gonna, you know, pretty soon these power plants, they gonna have to shut them down because it's gonna be hitting all these power plants. You know, it's gonna reach. You know, we talking about.
Well, let's take a look at Hoover Dam. The water dried up at Hoover Dam. Hoover Dam supplied water and electricity to about a quarter of the West Coast.
Yes.
Now they don't have that, so it's gonna put extra pressure on the remaining heat wave, right? And then she brought in the rains. It's raining in Death Valley, Arizona.
Yeah,
it's been flooding. It's been flooding over there, and they don't even hardly rain over there. But people not paying that attention, nor are they paying attention to the rivers in Europe is drying up. Right? They're not paying that shit no attention because they too busy trying to hustle up on bullshit and gossip to run around and pour dirt on motherfuckers that they can't pay attention to the real shit. Your sound cut out, Christina. They fucking with your feed. All right. Hey, I'm gonna call you later. I'm gonna exit you out and take another caller. See what it do. Got some questions over here while this is processing, and we look and see if it's something pertinent.
Hey, what's happening?
They're not even letting the questions come up. Yep, nuclear plants they gotta be closed down. They gotta clean them up.
Hey, what's happening, man? Hey, I can't talk to you right now. When I hit you up from the live, I was trying to talk to you, but I'm busy right now. I'll talk to you though, a messenger.
Okay.
I'll hit you up in the DM. We gonna finish that Zulu tribe stuff about maybe tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So he couldn't talk right now. Yeah, they keep fucking the feed up. It is a nice day out here today. It ain't been this nice in a while. Let me see. Starseed Pharaoh. I like pharaohs. Shit. I'm motherfucking Thutmosis the 10th. So any pharaoh is all right with me. What's up with you, young god?
Peace to you, peace to you, Rod. Peace to the chat. I just want to say thanks for the information, boy, Rod. Boy, you have opened up my eyes a lot. Thanks for sharing the information so I could share it as well.
Yeah, where you calling from?
I calling from Trinidad, the Caribbean.
Trinidad and the Caribbean. That's what's up. Island connection, baby. That's what. Look, we used to come down there for vacations on all of the islands and bring great gifts, and they used to send gifts back to Big Mama on the mainlands. We didn't forgot about that shit.
Yeah, right. That's good. Thanks for the information and thanks for.
They messing with your feed, youngster. All right, I'm gonna see. If he don't come in clear, I'm gonna have to go to another caller. Shit, I ain't gonna be able to keep doing this. They keep fucking everybody up just calling. Ain't gonna be able to have no conversations. Young Kai, let's see what's going on with the God. See if we can get a clear feed on Young Kai. What's up with you, God? What's going on with you?
God, I can't call it.
For sure.
The last two people wouldn't have it. The last two people on the feed was messed up.
Yeah, they look like they're letting you in though. Must be something coming through you pretty good in order for it to let your message through.
Yep. I just wanted to say, everybody stay true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Keep riding. It's good weather. Stop you from doing what you've been doing, So, the same shit we was out here doing in the wintertime, we need to be doing now, heavy meditation. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get distracted, How you doing though?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. It's just that, man, I'm ready for this shit to be over. I'm tired of motherfuckers with they bullshit, sick of bullshit. That ain't, I like to squash bullshit immediately. But when you on social media, motherfucking drag that shit on for a long time. That shit ain't cool. When you face to face, the nigga gonna end that shit right there.
Facts. Well, you know how it is, man. This the internet.
Hey, look, I ain't finna be wishing no bad on nobody. I don't care if they fucking up. Like Benji and Kulo, I don't wish nothing bad on them cats.
Facts.
Right. I don't want nothing bad to happen to them. I just don't like it when a motherfucker that's trying to do what's right, and then you have motherfuckers that want to come out against them, but they not adding anything to the struggle to benefit the collective. All they trying to do is tear one individual down who trying to bring something to raise the collective. That's not cool.
And it,
But
and you
in
know,
the overall,
it's the people too, like the people that's entertaining that. You know, someone or people should be like, hey, nah, you know,
well, you know
hey,
that uh,
right. Like,
gossip is the lowest form of human communication. It's the lowest form of information exchange, and some of us is not going to investigate higher information unless it's attached to some gossip,
mm,
right? So, I don't be tripping because of motherfucker gossiping and people listening to him. Because if you pay attention to the community we in, the biggest shit is the next gossip. It's the next gossip is the biggest shit in the community. Everybody want to know everybody else's business, but don't nobody want to tend to their own business. So they be so busy trying to tear other people down, they not building themselves up, and that's where the problem in the gossip comes. Instead of trying to tear everybody down, look for bullshit and shit like that, you know, look, me and Rashad had words. Well, we ain't had words. He said what he said, and I said what I said, and it was over with. But when it came to the kids, them kids is well trained like they from the motherfucking X-Men Academy or something. Because when they telepathically came in, they came in mass. Some of the children are probably from the university that's not even in the local community is involved in the meditation that they was doing in order to get my attention, right? So that means that he can't be doing the shit that he accused of with the kids, because the kids is not going to stick up for an adult that's hurting them. It's not going to happen. And then for whoever to be whoever was to lead the meditations with these children, taught them exactly right on how to make psychic connections across distance. That's not easy to teach in the society that we in now, because everything is taught to us upside down and backwards, right? So when the children come in, it was like we was doing good until these motherfuckers came along. I can't just shut up and just let that shit ride now. So now I got an option. My option is, okay, Rashad said fuck Rod Hayes, but these children need me more. I don't give a fuck what he said now. These children need my help, and they want my help to deal with him after he said fuck me, right? Now, as far as for him reaching out is one thing, but when these children reach out, whatever my opinion is at that point don't even matter no more. However I feel don't matter. Whatever he said about me don't matter no more. If I find out he was doing right by the kids, I have to speak up. I have to. Because no other reason, because it's right, and motherfuckers are scared to speak up for what's right. So he probably did make some mistakes. Ain't nobody say you ain't supposed to make some mistakes. Anybody that don't make no mistakes or tell you they haven't made none is a goddamn lie, including me. I done made some mistakes. I done made probably more mistakes than most. The only difference is I own my shit. Good, bad, or indifferent. If I did that shit, I did that shit. I'm not running from it. I'm gonna face the motherfucking music, right? And so when I have to deal with adult matters versus the children's matters, the children matter the most because they the future. If we continue to disregard what the children's saying for what some gossiping, lying ass grown folks saying, we gonna keep creating a future that's fucked up. I don't want that shit. I don't want no parts of that shit. I don't want no parts of no gossip, right? If I'm not finna tongue wrestle with a motherfucker, if we can't see each other and square off, nigga, I don't want no parts of it.
yeah.
I don't want no parts of it. But like, in the beginning, I was seeing what Benji and Kulu was doing that could be used to help the collective, right? And so I bagged up because it was useful. Now it's become addictive to them to talk shit. That ain't cool. You did your job. Big Mama was satisfied that the job was done effectively, but you want to keep going beyond. 48 laws of power. One of the 48 laws of power say, never shoot past your mark, right? So if Big Mama sent me to tow a car, to the impound yard, right? And I take that motherfucker past the impound yard to somewhere else, I done overshot my mark. It's gonna be some consequences for that shit.
Yep, big facts, big facts.
You know, so now, you know, I think somebody told me Benji had mentioned about Big Mama being Vice Lord House. Is he right? When we talk about Big Mama, we talking about these tribes, right? And we looking at the colors. The black and gold Vice Lord is Big Mama House. The red lodge is Mama House. The blue lodge is Daddy House. And not until we can clean up Mama House and Daddy House can we go clean up Big Mama House. And when you go to clean up Big Mama House, you got to have what you call a Vice Lord left bump. That means that they got to come in and bump you left in order for you to see what Big Mama telling you to do. So that's why I didn't ever take the shit that Benji was saying personal, because Benji, he know what's going on. He know what's going on a different level. But at the same time, he's still feeding this low vibrational shit. He done overshot his mark. And now it's time for him to bump straight. Kulu can't bump straight until Benji bumps straight. Because Kulu is following the lead of Benji in order to clean Big Mama House up. Right? So I want to be mad at them niggas, but I can't be mad at them because Big Mama got them doing something, but they just got carried away with it. Right? So all I could do is tell them, okay, niggas, it's over with now. It's time to bump straight. It's time to do what you can for the children and stop falsely accusing people. If a motherfucker ain't been convicted, it's innocent until proven guilty. If a motherfucker don't got a guilty verdict and then you condemning them, you making this shit worse. You worse than the goddamn white man. You worse than the white man. Motherfucker ain't been convicted of nothing. How many motherfuckers go look at the Innocence Project, especially this sex shit. There's so many motherfuckers falsely accused of sex cases, and not until DNA came out did we find out they was falsely accused. Right? In murder cases, the same thing. Right? I seen one case on the Innocence Project where this dude was convicted of a rape. He did 20-something years in prison, and coming to find out the dude that did the rape had been in and out of prison multiple times, and they looked like twins. Right? So it's easy for motherfuckers to have the wrong person. It's a reason why the law say innocent till proven guilty, but now we want to take and turn that shit around and say guilty to proven innocent. You can't prove your innocence when it's an allegation that you fighting. They got to prove with the evidence that you're guilty. They not doing that. They not doing that. And then I seen how these motherfuckers were setting motherfuckers up. I seen the whole play, you know, how it went down and everything. I was like, that's some foul ass shit. You know, I don't care what the motherfucker said at that point. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And for anybody to consistently stir up bullshit, that's not cool. Cause that shit gonna keep stinking until you stop stirring it. Let the motherfucking truth come out first before you render your judgment. You ain't even seen all the receipts yet. When in the criminal case, somebody charged with a crime, not until after the trial do you get all of the receipts. Everything verified in the trial or disputed in the trial. If a motherfucker haven't had a trial yet, then and you condemning them, you making the matter worse, not just for them, because everything that you condemn a motherfucker for, you got to answer for the same shit. So my thing is, I don't want to falsely accuse nobody of nothing. And if I see a motherfucker that's obviously being falsely accused because it's a working formula that they use, I'm going to say something. I don't give a fuck about, nigga, I'll be on this bitch talking about fuck Rod Hayes. I got some old videos where I was like, fuck this nigga here. Right? And the reason being is because my selfish agenda doesn't override the necessity and need to attend to the needs of the children because they the future. Anybody don't get that, they in the way.
Facts, big facts. So yeah, man. We just stay true to who we are, man. You know, drama is drama. You know, people love bullshit. But at some point, we gotta ask ourselves, like, yo, why are we even listening to this shit? We know wrong from right. So why is we even, you know what I'm saying?
What?
It's on our mind, you know. So it's like, is these the people that feel like that too, or what? Or is those confused people, or what? So I never really got that, you know, like how to get tolerance and shit like that. Shit's weird.
Yeah. So I mean, this shit is hard enough as it is, man. You know, motherfucker don't need no help. Motherfucker don't need no help to make this shit miserable and hard. It's already miserable and hard. And then when a motherfucker, the worst thing to do is just accuse a motherfucker of the wrong shit. That's the worst thing to do to a motherfucker. The motherfuckers that do time, there's a lot of innocent motherfuckers in prison. I done read a lot of paperwork where I couldn't understand how a motherfucker got convicted.
Yeah, that's the
But
world we live. That's the world we live in. Free Larry. Speaking of that,
shit, they in the Cheyenne Mountains. They at it's called Raven Rock. It's a continuity of government facility to transfer power of the government. And while they in there, it's like being in a big ass war room. Right? So they are there. So in the course of the work I was doing, I was picking my council of elders. So now when you see me do like a video where Phil Valentine, they screening me for the elders before the elders will acknowledge that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I had to be presented with one of the elders that's got a track record of knowing what the fuck they talking about. Even if the motherfucker AI, right? Because some motherfuckers ain't even here no more, but they running around in AI form because they can upload your consciousness into an artificial intelligence into a computer chip because the DNA is a computer chip. So all they got to do is data transfer. It's like just like transferring data from one computer to another one. But at the end, it's all relative because we are relatives. The Earthborn, the ones that belong here, we don't always stick together because we are the anti bacteria or antiviral. The antibodies of the planet is us. When the Earth is upset, Big Mama got a boy for every motherfucking issue that come up. The problem is every time one came up, they knew who he was before he did, so they hurry up and get him murdered. By the time he figure out what he is, he on the other side looking back down, talking about, damn, them bitches got me. Right? So this is why Martin, Malcolm, Elijah is a little different story because Elijah is what you call he's the signpost. He got all of the signs posted. So he becomes the signpost. When you go back in native culture, our indigenous culture over here, we didn't use flags, we used totem poles, but we also used something called signposts. The signposts, you see it in the cartoons, this way to New Jersey, this way to New York, this way to North Carolina, and this way to Maine. All that's on the signpost. And Elijah had a signpost with thousands and thousands of signs to read, and most people get overwhelmed by the sheer volume of signs they have to read, and they quit. They tap out, surrender. You know, they get weak, scared, and then the enemy murder them. You hear that?
Yeah.
Look, it's not a rain cloud in sight. All of a sudden, the thunder, because Big Mama told me, she said that the message is on the wind already. That means that the wind gonna be talking, and wind talking is thunder. So crooked walking, that's C walking, is lightning, and B walking is the thunder. When they start walking together, they bring the thunder and the lightning, right? Then when the mermaids, they got these other dances, we call them mermaids, but they really just tribes that was water, fishing. Johnson, those Jonanas names, the ones Ionis, which means fish, before the J. So you don't know who the Fisher clans was. And now in modern times, they translate it and they tell you the Fishers. Joe Fisher, Bobby Fisher, all these motherfuckers was fishing clans. Or when we talk about Ellis Island and the immigrants, which I'm gonna be on Young Elder tonight at 9:30. We gotta do part 2 to Yakub Revisited. But when you look at the Ellis Island immigrants, and they picked up last names, they got from over here. Some of them took them back over there. A lot of us don't know that our people was seafaring people, and we went into Europe and fought wars against the same motherfuckers that came over here. That's how they got kicked out of Europe. They had help from all of Asia, all of Australia, all of South and North America. They had help kicking them out, but then they came over here because they figured that they'll go fight God personally. We're going to go strap our shit up. We're going to build some nuclear bombs and we're going to blow God up. Nigga, God is bigger than your nuclear reaction. He could contain that shit in the palm of his hand. Go back and revisit the Buddha and motherfucking Hanuman, right? Because he told Hanuman if he can get out of the 5 fingers of his hand, goddammit, that he would give him the wisdom, and motherfucking Hanuman thought he had reached the end of motherfucking everything and looked up, he was still in the Buddha palm. It's the same shit. They trying to fight God, man. That's not a war you can win. Because even the devil fight for God. So if you immortal and you thinking you finna fight God, it don't matter whether the devil gets you or whether the angels get you. Everybody gonna fight for God when he called them, including the devil. How you know that? Go back to the book of Job. Have you considered my servant Job? Yeah, but you put a hedge of protection around him. If you lift that hedge of protection, I'll whoop Job ass. Well, go and have at it. Job ain't gonna buckle or fold. That's my soldier. So what did the devil do? He went and put Job through hell. He said, the only thing you can't do is kill Job. He put Job through hell. When he got done, God told the devil, see, told you, you did your part, but Job did his part better. God sicked the devil on Job. So if God can sick the devil on Job, what make these dumb motherfuckers think God won't sick the devil on their ass? At the end of the day, God controls heaven and hell. So he in control of the armies of heaven and hell. That means that he can hit you from the dark side or he can hit you from the light, but he can hit your ass any way you want to hit you. Yep. Hey, I want to take one of these sisters in before I wrap this up. I need to get some of this divine feminine energy in here.
All right, that sounds like a plan. I'll get up with you a little later on.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace, everybody.
Peace out. I don't know what this is, but they sent me a good message yesterday, and I want to get them in here.
I was dude. I'm sorry if you mistake the picture.
What's going on with you guys?
Nice to speak to you, sir.
Same. What you want to tell the people?
Basically, I was I sent you some messages because I was having some weird visions, and I wanted you to try to help me out with the visions because it was cloudy to me. But
yeah, I wasn't doing no. I'm not doing no personal consultations until after we see these 3 kings walking. Then I'd be in the comfort of my own office. But right now, I'm trying to get this information out. That's why when a lot of people be asking me about dreams and different stuff, sometimes the answer be so long, I just can't answer it right there in the message. You know, and then sometimes I be doing other stuff. Like yesterday, I had to do physical labor to move physical energy. right? Because the spirit was moving energetically like that, so I had to match that energy move. So I went and helped my sister do some work on her new place. But the whole thing is while I'm preoccupied, I don't give a fuck about. I hate social media. I hate this shit with a passion, dog.
Damn.
Motherfucker don't know how bad I hate this shit, but it ain't got nothing to do with my likes and dislikes. It's about being effective and reaching the people.
Yeah. And see, that's what I'm trying to work on too. I'm trying to help the people, but I'm not trying to do anything to lead anybody in the wrong path. So I'm trying to gather as much information.
Look, remember this. This gonna always help people that want to help and don't know what to do. Whatever it is that you do know how to do and you know how to do right, that's what you teach. But while you teaching that, learn something else and how to do it right. And then before you know it, you didn't build building blocks of education on top of each other. Then all you got to do, unified field theory, all things are related, right? Everything is connected. So if everything is connected, when you learn different fields of knowledge, there's a connection.
Yeah.
Right? So I could study history, generally speaking, and it's going to tell me one thing. But if I want to get specific with the history, I'll study medical history. I'll study legal history. I'll study Morris history, indigenous history. Now, I didn't jump from general history to what they call specialized history. And then in studying the history and you're looking at the dates and the times, you're doing math.
It's all combining into one type of knowledge. Yeah.
It's going to all come together in the end.
Yeah. I like how you do that.
Yeah. So you start off teaching what you know what's right, and you know you're right about it because you done checked it and double checked it. When I be telling motherfuckers shit, half the shit, at first I didn't believe it myself.
You have to go through it and get that physical.
Yeah, because I had to convince me first. Because I'm skeptical of everything because I see everything as a lie. So now that I know everything is a lie, well, how do I find the truth? Right? The truth gonna be concealed in the lie. All you got to do is know the definitions. The most stuff you know the meaning of, the most stuff you can give a definition to, then you can start tying the definitions. When you start tying the definitions, you realize that a lot of times person to have a name is a title. And a lot of titles to be names, they've been switched in order to confuse the mind on purpose. Right? When you study ancient Sumerian history, the common strategy to overthrow a guy that came before you is to replace him with you. Just scratch his name out, put your name where his name is, and take credit for all this shit.
All his knowledge, and they're gonna look up to you for what he did.
Right, but you ain't the source. Yeah, but you won't be the source though. You just getting the credit as if you was the source. A good example is it's a book called Thus Spoke Zarathustra. Right? And it's about Ahura Mazda. And Mazda, that the whole book is worship of the god Mazda. And when you're reading it, you don't know this Enki talking. You won't know it's Enki until you know his character and his personality. See, they don't like me talking about Anunnaki. These motherfuckers rebelling. Fuck them. Big Mama say they gone. It's a wrap. So about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, I had posted, NASA had issued a statement saying that Enki's clan of the Anunnaki got the clearance from the Andromeda, who was the guardians of what we call the outermost posts. That means you can't get past Pluto without their consent, or they're gonna blow your ass out of the motherfucking universe.
Okay.
The Andromeda beings look like the Predator, and except their mouth not really that exaggeration. That's an exaggeration of their mouth, but they look horrible.
They got
But
regular mouth?
them motherfuckers do not play. Matter of fact, if you want to know what they really look at, look up the wraith from Stargate Deep Space. The Wraith looked just like a Andromeda being. That's what they based on. And they got good and bad because they had some motherfuckers that would side with the Anunnaki to subjugate the Earth too. And when they Hive Queen found out, which was the leader of because they mitochondrial based like us. When she found out that they was stepping on a sister clan, she didn't like that shit. So she sent people from Andromeda to come and get the ones that was rogue from Andromeda, what they called the Andromeda strain, off Earth. Go get them motherfuckers. They not finna fuck her shit up. Talking about Mother Earth. Okay. Right? And the Galactic Council seen what was about to happen, but by the time they realized what was going on, the Earthborn was like, before we let you motherfuckers run this bitch, we gonna blow this bitch up. And Tahuti set off a bomb. You can read about it in the Vimana Sutras, what's called the Vimanas Wars. That was the wars between the Earthborn and the Anunnaki.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, wait, are you gonna save this live? Because I want to look up all this information and.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it. Right. So when the Earthborn was fighting the Anunnaki, we blew this bitch up. We dropped bombs where the Mediterranean Sea is right now. That was a big ass hole. So the Nile was diverted in order to fill in the hole. Then later on, around the volcanic explosion, Mount Vesuvius explosion, it was leaking in the Middle Earth. So they had to seal the leak. So they blew Mount Vesuvius to stop the leak.
Okay.
Right? Because it was running down and the people in the inner earth would start to flood out.
That's wild.
So that's why they blew Mount Vesuvius. That wasn't a natural phenomenon. That's why the volcanic eruption was so massive and so sudden. It was an energy pulse weapon that did it, but the purpose was to patch the hole because you're dealing with a whole nother civilization that's not on the surface.
Yeah, it's crazy how the Earth is built. I always look at the Earth as a body. We are like cell body. Is that a good way to look at it? Because that's what I feel.
Well, if you Google Earth chakra system, Earth got chakras. Why? How does the Earth got chakras and we got chakras? As above, so below. As within, so without. We all torsion fields. Earth a torsion field, and each one of us a torsion field. Right? So when you're looking at it as a body, you're looking at it right. The only thing that you got to be aware of is it's feminine.
Okay.
So our masculine energy has a specific purpose on a feminine planet. Serve and motherfucking protect. That's it. The police ain't their job. They slave catchers. They was created to catch slaves, and they still catching slaves to feed their system of motherfucking oppression, subjugation, and amnesia on the original people. All that shit is done deliberately. Salute A1, Chairman Fred Hampton Jr., Flintstone in this bitch. You heard that. Big Mama talking back. But sky's starting to get dark over here. I'm about to take my ass in the house. But I'm gonna say this live, man. Make sure you get the information you need out of here.
Appreciate it so much.
For sure.
That's all I can think of at the moment. Besides, the next thing I'm working on is trying to get the family together to start getting the family banks. That's what I heard you talking on the other live. I get to my AT. She's the oldest, so I want to talk to her and start, I guess, looking into the information and getting that laid out. That's the next.
Yeah, because it's about to cut out in 26 seconds.
Oh.
But yeah, the family, start with the immediate family, do a family dinner, talk about, hey, y'all know we ain't no motherfucking Africans. They lied to us.
Trust me.